Hey YouTube, it's Cotton Candy, and this video is going to be on the scoop tongue piercing. Okay, so when I got this piercing, I went to a little shop in Worcester. This shop, I'm not going to name out loud, but if you want to go and personal message me and you're around Worcester, then I'll tell you what it is. I got it done. I decided to get the scoop because I couldn't get the straight through because basically my tongue webbing is crooked, it's too long, and I'm a little bit tongue-tied, shit like that. So, yeah, that's basically it. When I got this piercing done, it was actually a really painful piercing in general. He said it was probably one of the most painful piercings when I was emailing and I told him how bad it hurt and stuff like that. It was $60. I don't know about wherever you are, it might be a different, expense. So when I got it done, basically what he did, he used no clamps, which I was happy about because the clamps usually hurt more, I heard. I've never had clamps used on my body before. So what he basically did was take cotton, not like a cotton ball, but it was like a cotton pledge, it's something you would use to wash your face. And he took it and pinched my tongue, and he took a needle, a very long needle, like this long, and put it very slowly through my tongue. I'm guessing it took about 20 to 30 seconds for the needle to get in, only because if he hit a nerve or a vein, I'd be fucked. So I got it done, he put the jewelry in, and basically that was that. It was very fucking painful. Best believe that. It was way more painful than this, obviously, but when you stick your tongue out, you'll see that it goes not underneath the tongue. So there's actually nothing underneath the tongue. The scoop looks like a belly button ring. I'll add links down there if you don't know what that looks like. And that's inside your tongue. So obviously it's going to be a painful piercing. People say they use a needle that's curved. No, they use a straight across needle. Some piercing places might curve the needle inside your tongue, but where I went, they just put it straight through. There are a few pros and cons to this piercing. First, I'm going to go with the bad things, which are cons. Some cons are, the biggest number one thing is rejection and migration. This is basically where the bar sits, the skin will get thinner and thinner, kind of pulling out to the surface like you would have with an eyebrow piercing. Like pulling out to the surface, and eventually if you did not take it out when it started, it would rip out of your skin. And that would be very painful and it would hurt and it would leave a scar. That's one of the only things I see with it other than you have a slight lisp. As you can hear, I'll give you a little lispy thing. Seashells by the seashore. Yeah, isn't that a beautiful lisp? Anyways, it's not that noticeable, but it still is there. So if you're someone that's very self-conscious about your voice, then maybe that's not the piercing for you. Some other cons could be maybe having two balls instead of one. It can be more of a distraction. You can bite on it more when you're eating, stuff like that. I've been on mine plenty of times. I've never broke a tooth or anything, but it can happen. Some pros to this piercing are nothing underneath your tongue. And that's kind of a good thing because when you're eating, it won't cling and it doesn't have that much of a clingy sound unless you go something like that. I don't know if you heard it, but yeah, so it's easier not to bite on, but you still will bite on it. Some other things that are pros is that I think it looks cooler. I mean, it's a rare piercing, so not many people have it, and there's obviously not many videos of it on YouTube, so I think it's pretty good neat. Another thing is the freakouts. People always think it's fake. And you always have to show them that it's real by going like this. There's a bar inside my tongue. Because you can see magnetic tongue piercings and it just like suctions on your tongue. Or magnets together. So people think it's fake, but when they see it and you show them the bar, they're like, that's literally like their reaction every time. It's amazing. The aftercare to this piercing sucks major nutsack. Excuse that little swearing right there. Your tongue swells up pretty big, and if they don't put a long enough bar, what happened to me was my ball started sinking in and I had to get it changed. So it looks normal now. Woo! So basically, the swelling I had for about a week or two, the swelling hasn't gone down until about 2 weeks. And I've had mine for 4, so my swelling is down. But it does suck. It's still very hard to eat, but you can still kind of get around it. You can't eat spaghetti, anything that's saucy, or pizza, anything like that for 8 weeks. And you can't suck dick, okay? I know that's awkward, and it's an awkward thing to say, but you can't suck dick. Sorry. And you can't kiss for a little while either, because your tongue has so many germs on it. If you go around kissing someone, it's going to get in there and it's going to get infected. And next thing you know, you're going to wake up with a fucking herpy tongue or something shit like that. I don't know. Just please take care of it, because it's very easy to get infected. The healing process takes 8 weeks, sometimes 6, depending on your healing process. My Monroe took a while, so this one will. My Monroe isn't even healed yet because I keep ripping it out by accident. Oops. But yeah, if there's any questions you want to know about the swelling and shit like that, it is very painful and you have a very strong lisp. As you see in my other videos when I was talking, I was like, baby food tastes so good. Yeah, that's what you're going to sound like for 2 weeks. So, like I said, if you're someone that doesn't like to get made fun of or doesn't care, like is very perfectionist, someone that does care what people say, not the piercing for you. No tongue piercing is for you then. Sorry. This is a toothbrush. See, it's smiling. It's a kid's toothbrush. This is for my school kit, but it's a toothbrush. The next thing, toothpaste. This stuff is really good. It cleans your mouth really great. And what's this? Listerine. Alcohol free. Use this too. It works miracles. Now, there isn't many jewelry things that you can put inside your tongue only because you can't use straight across bars. So that kind of cuts out those pretty little cute ones with the hearts on them and the pot leaves. Boo-hoo. I really wanted a pot leaf piercing, but unless I can find one that has a curved barbell or internally threaded, then sucks. Also, if you want jewels, the jewels are going to stick out the side. Like that. And that, so that doesn't really look too cool. There's a lot of things that aren't that great about the piercing that lower the chances of awesomeness, but it looks better than a regular tongue piercing, but the jewelry that you can put in it is not as good and not as cute if you're into the little cute things like me. So if you have any more questions, then let me know down there, and if you don't care, then fuck off. And that was gross. That is my little video on this. Oh yeah, I found out a trick I can do, by the way. Snake. My tongue looks like a snake. Peace out, whoop whoop, and fuck y'all who aren't juggalos. Now that I gave you my little buy this shit, whatever, commercial, yeah. To keep this piercing clean, obviously you're gonna need to use this shit and alcohol-free toothpaste.